what's basically get to speak to them and catch up with them while we're doing this, just kind of like monkey work, basically. You don't have to think about it. You kind of just, get a ball of dough and knead it into like a little cup looking thing and fill it with a sweet mixture that's already rolled into a ball, and then make it look like a teardrop shape, basically. So not work that we really have to think about, but it's like, continuous. You're continuously rolling the dough and flattening it out and, making these shapes or whatever. But in the meantime, we got to meet up with a lot of people, and it was really nice. Today, though, was a little different for me because I usually, when I do this, I bring my daughter along. Today, she was in daycare, obviously, but she had a field trip to Kidzania, so I couldn't in good conscience take her out of that and then make her come sit at the temple. I knew she never would forgive me if I'd done that. So she had a long day. She went to the Kidzania. Excuse me. And I got to work at the temple with all of my relatives, like I said. I came home at about 1 o'clock because we finished pretty fast, actually. It went by pretty fast. We made in excess of 1,600 modicums, so that was pretty cool. Came home about 1:30, something like that, and just laid out. I fell asleep. I slept till maybe about 5 o'clock, at which point I had to get up and go to pick up my daughter, but not before I changed again, to get ready to go to the temple, because for the first time in the 4 years that I've been here and been a part of this event, I actually decided to go to the evening event so that my daughter could still kind of experience some of that, seeing family, being in the temple, stuff like that. So today I want to talk about nourishing the spirit. And for me, that comes in many, many different forms. It's not just praying. It's not just talking religion or whatever. For me, it's many different things. And for you, it probably will be very different than it is for me. For me, if I feel muddled, if I feel like confusion or anything, I tend to have a conversation with God. And I'm not saying, I say mantras. I don't really meditate per se. It's more for me like just a regular conversation, like as if God were to be standing next to me as my best friend. How would I speak to him? How would I communicate with him? How would I tell him what I'm feeling and kind of sort through what it is I'm going through? So for me, it's usually just a conversation, and it's a lot of gratitude for the things I do have, and then just asking for guidance through the things that I don't know if I could see the end of. Like if I can't see what the destination should be, I'm asking for guidance. That's one way that works for me. Another way is actually being outside in nature. I love earthing. I think I got in trouble a lot in high school because I would be caught running all over Fuqua's lawns barefoot all the time. I love the way the earth feels under my feet. I love the way it feels like a really deep connection when you stand around barefoot on ground, dirt, grass, whatever. So that's another thing. I love earthing. I'm also a pluviophile. I love the rain. I am obviously a Pisces, so I am attracted to water. So being by the beach, hearing the waves crash on the sand, or being in water, sometimes it's my shower, just something to help me wash away the day and kind of recenter, reground myself. I love water. Water really does calm me down. The last thing I want to touch on, which is what I did today, was actually being in a holy place, a place where the vibrations are super chill, where you could basically go sit there and watch people go in and out of the temple, watch as they go around and round and round and pray, and still your aura, your vibration will not be touched. It will not be changed because something about those places are very, very calming. And for me, I know when it comes to religion, a lot of times it's the blind leading the blind, right? So your mom does it this way and she teaches you to do it that same way. And never is there a moment where you ask, well, why? And she explains to you. You kind of just do it because she's doing it. It's like the blind leading the blind. For me, however, I do ask questions and my mom will answer the best of her ability. But for me, I feel like the way I pray is very different from the way she prays. And that's cool and everything. And I feel dumb sometimes because I don't know the order in which I'm supposed to go see all these deities. And I don't know, clockwise, counterclockwise, what I'm supposed to be saying, how I'm supposed to be doing things. I don't know. and for the most part, I don't actually care. For me, if I were to go to a temple because I'm feeling like extra confused or something, I would probably go and sit down in a corner somewhere and watch the people, or try and like quiet my mind and have like an internal conversation with God to see if I can, to work out whatever it is that's going on in my mind. So being in the temple today, twice for that matter, was super calming. It was a different feeling. It reminded me of everything I ever wanted. Like, honestly speaking, if I were to ever get married again, I would love to be a part of this temple culture where, you go and you serve for people, and to have my husband be part of that would be amazing to me. To be able to feed the needy. And I'm not talking about people who, I mean, they're able-bodied and they could get a job, but they just don't. I'm talking about the needy. I'm talking about the mentally handicapped. I'm talking about the people that no one else wants to be around because of whatever reason, I don't know what. But if it is within my power to feed those people, why not? I actually take a lot of inspiration from Tony Robbins, and he has made a pledge every year to feed people. And it's in excess of, several thousands of people that he would feed. And it's not because of any like holiday or anything. It's just because, that's one of his goals. He wants to do this, and he tops it every year from the previous year's service. So that to me is beautiful. It's a really great sentiment to do for those who can't do for themselves. I think too often we have founded a society where if you have your elderly, you're sickly, you're very, very weak or young, or the discarded, they're sent off to another place for some other people to take care of them. It's no longer considered our priority as a family to rally around those people and make sure that they're okay. And I hate that. I hate that with all of my soul for what's going on in the world today. I feel like it's our obligation as people, as part of the human race, to be able to help wherever we can. And I mean, I'm not saying that I'm perfect, because I do pass people in the street who are always begging for money, and I don't make eye contact. I just keep going. And part of me kind of like withers a little bit every time I do that. But part of the reason is also that I've seen so many of these people. Yes, they beg and they look very, very, pitiful and sad, like they're really in bad shape. But I've also seen those same people later on in the day, like out and about smoking, drinking, doing whatever, and they don't look so pitiful and pathetic then. So I never know who it is I'm helping, and if I can really like pinpoint a group of people that really could use the help, I would rather just do that. I would rather just go right there and serve wherever I can. But yeah, it's part of my dream to serve. It's part of my dream to really actually go there, get your hands dirty, and do the work. I've always been a big fan of the idea of Habitat for Humanity. I like the idea of charities, but I would probably rather just go straight to the source and donate that way. And probably not even donate money. Probably just go check it out, see what they need, and then donate whatever it is that they need. So that there isn't like a monetary value attached to it. I feel bad about giving money to people, because then they are able to compare with whatever they get from everyone else, and it's like, oh, you got $2,000, well, I got $3,000. I don't want that. When you give, it should be because it's coming from a place of love, not because you want someone to notate it and maybe put your name on the wall because you donated this much. I don't want that. I feel like if I were to come across someone who was homeless or in a bad way, just really needed a hand up, basically, I would rather pay for you to get, cleaned up and a good night's rest somewhere, or, pay for you to have a decent meal, or pay for you to have a haircut, whatever it is that you really need that could get you to that next level, whatever it is that you need. I would rather do that than hand you a 20 and keep going. Because like I said, I don't know where that 20 goes. Not that it matters, but I don't feel good about giving a monetary amount. I would rather give you value, if that makes sense. So today, I feel peace, you guys. I feel really calm and centered and warm in the amount of love that I was able to walk through today. Seeing all of those faces that I haven't seen in so long. My brother's girlfriend actually flew back from London. So Usha, I'm so happy to have you back home. to see her side of the family, because it's my family and then it's her family as well, and a couple others obviously, but those are the two major families, and it's really awesome to see them all together on the same day. So like I said, super chill, super calm, feeling like my patience has been topped up somehow by the universe, and feeling like doing is so much more important than speaking it, than just donating. I would rather go out and do the work. I really would. And I say that with all honesty, with pure humility. If you had a hurricane come through your town, I would rather be part of the cleanup team than to just send money to the town council and then let them do what they need with it. I would rather put in the work. I would much rather, be there with you guys and make sure that, you have what you need. So, phenomenal day. I wouldn't change a thing. And like I said, it's the first time I went back for seconds, basically the second time around to the temple, and it was really cool. And I'm just really grateful that I have a culture that's pretty understanding. I don't think I've ever heard of anyone converting, any Hindus out there converting other people into Hindus as well. I think we're pretty tolerant, and I like that. Your spirit needs to be nourished. And that's why I went through the couple of things that, really helped me sometimes, help me center and regain my focus. And like that laser focus that you need to get through your days or whatever. I'm just really grateful, and I think that there is a lot of opportunity for me to help out in the world, and I just need to get myself out there and start doing, even if I don't have the brand behind me, even if I don't have my website up and all my blogs done and all my audios done. I feel like every day if I were to do something to save someone, that was a poor choice of words, to serve someone, I think it would end up to become one of those phenomenal journeys throughout the rest of your life. I would be so pleased to be able to take care of people who can't take care of themselves. I've actually contemplated being a foster parent with my daughter, and she was like, yeah, let's do it. And I'm thinking, okay, hold your horses. Let me think about that a little bit longer. But the idea that she wants to help as well, really, it makes me so proud. It makes me so proud. So while you're out there trying to figure out what you need to do, trying to plan out for the weekend, trying to, wrap up the week or whatever, I would love for you to think about what it is that makes you center. What is it that makes you calm down and, take another look at things, maybe from a different perspective. Those kinds of coping mechanisms are important. So many of us, when we get flustered, turn to alcohol, turn to drugs, turn to anything other than facing the problem head on. And I'm here to tell you, your life moves at lightning speed when you suddenly face your fears. So, change is inevitable. Make sure you find a way to reset your soul as often as possible so you get used to what it feels like to have a calm, peaceful, easeful spirit. Yeah? All right, y'all. Thank you so much for listening. I love you all, and I really hope you guys have a blessed Friday, and I'll catch y'all tomorrow. Thank you. Bye.